Are you? I don't think you've actually joined me on a live before. Hi, Fami Choose Me. All right, so hi everyone. Hi Facebook. Hi Instagram. This is a live that I do every Thursday. I call it Mentoring Thursday, and it's just to sort of encourage artists, motivate artists on our journey. And I decided that I wanted to share about some mindset shifts that we can all think about making for 2024 because I don't know what sort of year you've had, but it's always great to start afresh, isn't it? You know, we're going into a new year. There is great potential to plan an amazing year. But if you don't think about it, if you don't think about making shifts, if you don't think about what you want to do differently to set you off in 2024, it's never going to happen, right? Like we hold our music careers, we hold our businesses in our hands. Essentially, it's up to us to map out what we want to see. It's up to us to map out what success we want to have. So, will you share in the comments a win that you've experienced in your career, in your business this year? And let's take it from there. Hi, Teresa. Hope you're well. Come on, share it. There's something that I want to do, that I want to do more of, is to celebrate wins, to celebrate our successes, to celebrate the little things, because if we don't do that, no one's going to do that for us. And sometimes we fail to recognize the progress we've made. So, one thing that you want to celebrate about this year, one step that you've made, one goal that you've crossed off your list. I would love to see just one thing to celebrate, and I'm going to celebrate with you. For me, um, gosh, there were quite a number of things, but I think I've been able to really set a great foundation for my speaking business, for me personally. And there's a lot of potential for growth there. So I'm really proud of what I've done with my speaking arm of my business. I'm really looking forward to the amazing things that can happen with that. So for Teresa, she says getting to co-write 10 new songs with some special friends. Wow, that's amazing, Teresa. And yeah, I've been seeing your lives. I've been seeing all of that. You guys have put in a lot of work. So well done. I think you have created something great, and that when these songs are ready to be released, you will already have an audience to release them to. So I'm really looking forward to seeing them released, hopefully sometime next year. Okay. I'm looking forward to all the amazing things you're going to do next year, Teresa. I really am looking forward to that. So yeah, now mindset shift. Number one, um, learn to appreciate where you are. You know, I think celebrating where you are and knowing that that's not where you were end of last year, that's great. Celebrating more, recognizing the strides we've made, recognizing how far we've come, and doing that on a regular basis. I think it's a great mindset shift to have, because that essentially helps you maintain an air of gratefulness. And regardless of what you go through in 2024, if you're always setting time apart to be thankful, what can I be thankful for today? Asking yourself that question every single day, and taking out time to journal about it, or even just note it, and just, even if it's just mention it in prayer. I think that sets you on a path of a lot of potential, because it shifts the atmosphere, it shifts your mindset. It really does something. It makes you hopeful, when you recognize the things that you can be thankful for, it helps you walk towards more, as opposed to when you can only see the things that you're not happy with. If you're focused on those things, it can be quite debilitating, and it takes your hope away and you give up easily. So turning that around and saying, I'm going to only be focusing on the things that I'm grateful for, even if it's something simple, that my kids are well, that I have a working car, I have money in my account, even if it's not a lot. Some people don't have money. If you have money in your account to spend, that's something to be grateful for. If you have friends, oh my goodness, guys, I was in a mastermind retreat recently, and the mastermind coach was telling a story about how he was at this event, and the leader, or one of the speakers at the event, who was obviously quite successful, asked him this question. So they were friends, right? And they were just having a chat. And she asked him this question. She said, if I lost all my money and became broke, would you let me live in your house for a month? Yeah, the question was, if I lost all my money and became broke, say my business failed and I became broke, would you let me live in your house for a month? And he was like, of course I will. Of course, because he was thinking, this is amazing. We're going to be masterminding. We're going to be brainstorming. It's going to be amazing, But he was wondering, but why are you even asking me this? You are so, you're amazing. You're brilliant. There's no way that's going to happen. And she said, well, it's a strategy that she has, that she can count. I don't remember the number now, but she said she can count lots of friends, maybe over 12 friends that have told her, if that happened to you, I will definitely put you up in my home for free for a month. I know what that made her think, that she could potentially keep going for a year. If you have 12 friends that have said, I will put you up for a month if you get completely broke, that means she had a place to live for a year, to build her business back up and to get back on track. And you know what that made her think? That made her think, even if the worst case scenario comes to pass, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And for some people, they became really emotional just thinking about that. Because you know what he asked? He said, if one of us, and we were talking about money mindset at this time, we're talking about, how to overcome this fear of failure, fear of being broke, fear that, I'm going to lose all my money, worst case scenario, And he was like, if anyone in this room gets completely broke, loses all their money, is there anyone here that will put them up for a month? And we all raised our hands. And he said, so that means if we are 12 in this room, you have 11 people that will put you up for a month. Obviously, we didn't talk about families and children. That's that makes things a little bit more complicated. But I think the principle is what I'm trying to share. You can be grateful for friends. You can be grateful for the support network you have, because some people don't. Some people don't have that. So if you have someone you can count on, that's something to be grateful for. All right. So having that mindset of being grateful. What am I going to be thankful for? What can I be thankful for? For me, I think that's one that I am definitely going to use over and over again. Amen. Absolutely, Teresa. Amen. Okay, now some other things that you can start to think about doing is start now, start before you're ready, start now, and get better later. The amount of people that have delayed starting things that they wanted to do, starting projects, starting, plans that they've made because they weren't ready. There's a lot of people that do that. They're like, oh, I need to do this first. I need to do this first. I need to do this first. And the more I look at people, when I study people who are making progress, who are having huge impact, doing a lot, you find out that they started before they were ready. They just said, you know what? I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm going to start now and get better later. I'm going to start now, keep going, because done is better than perfect. I remember hearing a talk one time from a fitness coach. And she's one who, oh my goodness, she's driven. She's really driven. But she was talking about how she did, some of the sporting events that you do, maybe some marathons and some Ironman, all the sort of really high fitness events. And she said sometimes she'll get asked, hey, I think you'll be amazing for this. Do you want to do this with us? And she won't even know what she's signing up for, but she'll be like, sure, I will. She says yes, and she figures it out later. And she's been able to do a lot that way. Now, I'm not saying this will work for everyone. I know sometimes that has come to bite me in the backside. So it's great to do a little bit of research before you say yes, so you know what you're signing up for. But if you're the sort of person that holds yourself back a lot, this is something that you can decide to do for yourself, just to get yourself moving. Say yes and figure it out later, because there's going to be time to learn what you have to do. But that opportunity may not come back to you. So when opportunities come knocking, they don't come knocking every time. And for some of them, you'll just have to say yes and figure it out later. Okay. There's someone watching on Facebook, by the way. Do you mind just letting me know who you are? Say hi, let me know who's watching, just so I can know who I'm talking to. Personalize it a little bit for you as well. Okay, so that is the second mindset shift that you can start to do. The third one is how about picking one thing that you're not good at. So we've talked about recognizing you how far you've come in your journey, recognizing that you've put in a lot of effort, you've worked hard, and you have songs you've written, you have songs ready to be released. You've done a lot of work. But how about also recognizing things that you are not good at and picking one of them to work on in 2024. So that at the end of 2024, that won't be a problem anymore. You won't finish 2024 saying, I don't know how to do this, because you would have made great progress in learning how to do it. And let me tell you something. We know that we can delegate things. If we're not good at things, we can delegate. However, if that thing is part of your business and it's your business, you still have to know how to do it. You still have to learn how to do it. And then when you learn how to do it, then you can delegate it, because you need to be able to tell whoever is doing it what you want them to do. You need to be able to know when they're not doing it right. because that's what's going to happen. You know, you're going to work with different people. You might, you can delegate, but if you don't have a standard, people are going to be giving you crappy results, crappy jobs. And because you don't know any difference, that means what you're putting out in your business is not going to be of the best standard. So it's your responsibility to still learn these skills. So video editing, graphics, well, thank God for Canva. I mean, we don't have to learn Adobe, and there are some I tried to learn some of those things, and oh my goodness, it was not fun. But Canva, and I'm not saying that you need to learn graphics designing for your artwork, because you need to be putting your best foot forward. If you are not a graphics designer, I'm sorry, you should not be designing your artwork. And don't get me going about that. But basic things like putting out great graphics when you're promoting your song, or promoting an event, or promoting a live, it's great to be able to go on Canva and do something. It's a great skill to have. So if you know that you need this in your business, you still have to learn it. You might not learn it to the point that you master it, but you should learn it to the point where you know what a good standard is, and even how to get a good standard as much as possible. So what is one skill set? Can it be accounting? Even just getting better at keeping your books. Yes, Teresa said yes, she made herself work on using Canva this year. That's right, Teresa. You know what is one skill? So now you've learned Canva. What are you going to do next year, Teresa? What one skill are you going to work on next year? I actually know what that one is for you. I'm not going to say it here, but I know what that one is for you. That's going to be the next thing for next year. Oh, and someone says hi on Facebook. I can't see who it is because I'm on StreamYard and it's showing Facebook user. So if you want to tell me your name, that would be amazing. Or you can give StreamYard permission to share your name with me. Okay. All right. One last thing. Let me see. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. So one last thing. There's one thing that I've seen over and over again. Oh, hi, Karen. There's one thing I've seen over and over again that people maybe need to realize, is that the people that are successful, they wanted that success. They wanted it. They actually wanted it. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, a musicpreneur. It takes a lot of self-motivation. It takes a lot of self-work. The amount of entrepreneurs I meet that say, I started my self-development and started working on my mindset and working on myself when I began my own business. It's because it takes an incredible amount of self-work and self-leadership to have a business that's successful. But there is one characteristic that all successful business owners have. They wanted that success. They wanted it. They had dreamed it. They had seen themselves doing it. They wanted it. And I talked to an artist, one of my clients recently, and we're talking about crowdfunding. And she was like, oh, I think this might be a good time. This might be a good time. But then she had her first meeting and said, oh, this is too overwhelming. This is too overwhelming. And I was like, oh my goodness. Yes, things can be overwhelming. Yes, things can be difficult. And yes, sometimes you may need to take a breath, take a bit, take a step back, maybe pause. However, the way to make sure that you are moving, you are leading yourself. Remember, self-leadership. The way to do it is to commit. So, for example, you need to take some time. Okay, things are a little bit overwhelming. Well, that's fine. Can you put a date on your calendar that you're going to go for the next meeting? Don't just say, oh, this is too hard. Oh, I'm afraid, I don't want to commit. Okay? If you need to take a break, I mean, this is holiday season anyways, that's all right. How about in a month's time? Can you say, let's put a date on the calendar for when we can circle back to this meeting? Self-leadership. You need to be able to say, I want that success, and I'm going to get out of my own way. I want that success. I know it's going to take work, but I'm going to do the work. And don't let yourself off easy, because it takes work to reach the point of success that you want to get to in your business. It takes work. It takes work. And yes, you can pace yourself. If things are a little bit overwhelming, that's fine. But don't let yourself off the hook and just say, oh, it's too much. No, say, okay, I'm gonna come back to this in two months. I'm gonna do this. I'm definitely gonna do this. I might want to tackle this first, but I'm gonna come back to this, and I'm gonna tackle this. I want to see people that are doing that. I want to see people that are, oh, come on, let's do it. You can do this. You can do this, but you have to commit. You have to take that step of faith. Someone says, well, what if I fall on my face? What if nobody listens? What if nobody gives? Well, what if people give? What if you raise the funds you want to raise? What if you raise the community that you want to raise? What if something amazing happens because you took this step of faith? Give yourself reasons to do it instead of giving yourself reasons not to do it. That's something else that successful entrepreneurs do. Give yourself reasons to do it instead of giving yourself reasons not to do it. Okay, I really hope these 4 nuggets have been useful. Let me know if there are any mindset shifts you think you need to make for your own business in 2024, personally, professionally, in your relationships. I'd love to know. I'd love to know, what new theme are you going to implement in the next year to kick things up a notch? Is it you didn't have a website before, you want to be more visible, you want to appear more professional, you want to have a website. What things are you going to work on to create a beautiful website? You'll need, first of all, what platform? You need great pictures. You need to get ready to book a professional photo shoot, because that helps. You'll need a great bio. Do you know how to write a bio? Let me know in the chat if you want to talk about how you can get some of these things done, because I guarantee you, I've either done it myself and probably have helped clients do it, or I'm learning how to do it in my own business. So if you want to have a chat, message me or just put in the comments. I'd love to have a chat. And make sure you mention my name. So Facebook actually flags it up to me. So you can mention my name, AB, and say, I'd love to have a chat. I'm going to sign off here. I know I started late. Sorry. I came back from my Expert Speakers Academy training day today. And there was an accident on the road, so I got back late, put the kids to bed late, had dinner late, and started this late. But hey, it was a good one. I'm really hoping you were inspired, you were blessed, and you are ready to take a break for the Christmas holiday and come back in 2024 ready to have an amazing year. I'm thinking of doing something in January just to kickstart things off. Something about dreaming, envisioning, charting the course for the year. So keep an eye out for details about that. All right, I'm gonna head off now. It's been great chatting to you all. Thank you, Teresa, for joining me. Thank you, Fami Tusmi. Oh, okay. Fami Tusmi, you want to come on live? Okay, let me do that. Let me bring you on. If you're still here. I don't know if you're still here. I don't think she's still here. All right, guys, I am gonna go. Take care. Have a lovely week. Oh, have a lovely Christmas. I think that oh, don't worry, you'll hear. I am starting a crowdfunding campaign very soon because it's gonna be amazing. Oh, she's on with me.
Hey, hello.
Hi. Oh, I can see you.
How are you today?
Okay, hi. I was hoping I'll actually see you. Oh, there you are. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining me.
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. Let me say hi to those on Facebook actually, because they're probably not seeing seeing any of this. Bye, Facebook.